Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Crypto Coffee and Crypto, and on the Radix ecosystem talks and reviews. In this time, we're speaking with Atumbre. He's one of the founders, a co-founder, let's say, from Weft Finance on Radix. So we're gonna be discussing with him the ins and outs of Weft, history behind, how the team is working on it, what they are doing different to bring attention or different things to apport to Rice ecosystem holders, and what's new. I see different things that we're going to be discussing through this hour. First of all, welcome Atumbe. Thanks to contacting and saying yes, I would like to be part of Coffee and Crypto. Sometimes it's not easy to that a team decide, yeah, I want to participate. So thanks a lot for being here, and welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for the invitation. So very nice.
Yeah, for sure. We've
Mhm.
been doing this with different projects. Most of the projects with memes and or different type of projects. But we also have been discussing with Astrolescent, with OC Swap, and teams of that nature, shared space. So I'm happy to have you here as well to discuss this application or this. Program or project that you're bringing to Rex ecosystem, because DeFi, I think it's one of the most important type of projects that we have or we start to understand and know on the crypto world on the last crypto summer, let's say on 2020 2021 ish, and then it's here to stay, right? It's
Yeah.
I think the main thing that every layer that every project should have. And then besides that, of course, all the other stuff, all the other things that have fun or bring a lot of user and attention. But this is like the basics, or the basis
Exactly.
that we should have. So first of all, can you tell me a little bit about Web Finance and what it brings to the DeFi space in Radix, please?
Okay. Thank you. And Web Finance is a lending protocol, meaning that people can lend assets to potential borrowers. So the team was founded in May 2023, and we released the first version in November of the same year, 2023. And we have been part of a grant winner from Radix. I think was one of the first of the second booster grant. And recently, I think in November 26th of 2024, we released the second versions. The success has been pretty interesting. I think we reached a tipping point of like 1.3 million in TVL at a point, with over 3 million of deposit, worth of deposits. Now figures are a bit low due to current market condition within the ecosystem, but we still see interesting traction on the application, and we are providing lending services to the ecosystem.
Perfect. So you said May 2023. So previous to most of the projects, I think start, or at least the ones that I've been speaking, it's they start this March or April when Radix start having available the smart contracts. Let's call it like that. So
Mhm.
you were 1 year before that and launched
Mhm.
on November 2023. So with the previous version, let's say of Radix engine, right?
Exactly. So, in fact, we started working when Radix started making available the smart contract platform as a whole,
Mhm.
because from there we can start building properly. So I think it was being released ahead of Babylon, because Babylon came in September. So that was a great move from Radix. So that
Mhm.
project can start preparing the launch on Babylon. So I think we did not focus on Olympia. People was able to do amazing things with what smart contract platform, but we are
Mhm.
focused on Babylon. So we start working on Weft ahead of Babylon launch.
Nice, perfect. So, just before we continue, if I see here, it's not that I'm not paying attention. I have here the monitor when I can see you. So because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I get a comment on the messages and say, hey, pay attention to the guest, but I'm paying attention. If I see here, it's
Okay.
like I'm not seeing you. So just to just to let you
Okay,
know.
I
Uh,
understand.
so what was the motivation behind? Because I mean there is a lot of protocols, DeFi protocols, right, on all different change. Also, this type of protocols of lending. It's there is a punch over there. So what
Mhm.
was the motivation behind to first create one and create in Radix?
I think the motivation was after we discovered Radix itself. Our relation with Radix has been in multiple thoughts. Like initially, we were looking for a platform for something else. I think it was for a type of micropayment application, and we discovered that solution like Ethereum and especially Ethereum, it was the main point when we start talking to smart contract was not suitable for what we're trying to do. So through some research, we discovered Radix. Radix was very interesting, but at a point, the initial project was dropped for local reason, regulation reason, and but Radix as a tech was very interesting. So we started watching Radix, and it, the second stage was like, okay, maybe we should participate in the ecosystem, like buying Radix, buying memes, buying token that are around, participating in the ecosystem. And we started seeing projects that were preparing to launch with Babylon.
Mhm.
And it was most an opportunity than something else because we saw that not many projects was working on the lending dApp space. So we thought it will be interesting to build one so that at launch, at least Radix has a full DeFi ecosystem. As you say, DeFi is a mainstay of any layer one that have smart contract platform. So why not building one? Because at that time, not many projects was working on lending. So that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the key igniter.
There's not too many protocols yet, DeFi or lending protocols yet on Radix. So you are you're one of the. I guess you're the first one, right? Because
Yes.
your project is here since 2023, May 2023. So that's amazing that you're still here after all everything that has going on Radix, right? There
Yeah.
is a lot of things going on with mostly with price action that anybody or everybody is like not happy about.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of development, in terms of growth of community users and everything else, it's going on the right direction. The only
Yeah.
portion, the small portion, is the price action that it doesn't help, because I guess you being a lending for Radix, is it XRD one of the biggest lending positions that you have, or it's more on a stable coin?
It's more on stable coin, but the challenge is still there because I think it's the biggest collaterals that we have. So price action creates challenging in managing the platform as a whole because there is more moving part in lending. Things like monitoring price. I think it's the first like the first time a, a DeFi application needed a price feed like oracles. It was, I think, one of the first application of oracles. So that creates another moving part of the system. So price action impact our operations. So
Yeah.
that's true. But so far, I think it has been globally okay. It has been globally okay, and the tech team is still delivered, so we're still getting amazing building blocks to keep building.
Mm.
So from the building perspective, I think we are fine.
Okay. So there is. I guess two types of participating with you. One is putting your liquidity to borrow, and then you
Hmm.
get something, some pay out of it.
Hmm.
Is that also on the protocol? And the other one is I take my XRD or USDC or whatever, put it there to get a loan. So is these two things that are available on Weft?
Yes, exactly. So as normal lending platform, two sides. One side lenders that have liquidity to be lent out and getting yields, interest over it. And the other side, people willing to leverage value that they already have
Mhm.
by putting it as collateral and then take out loans. So that's the two parts. And I think we have some interesting things that features that we added, mainly due to our experience that we get from version one. The version one was that it was as basic as I said. But
Mhm.
version two brings some interesting plus, especially from the collateral side. I think we should. The system has been designed to support much more type of collateral, including fungible and non-fungible, because we believe not only fungible assets can hold value, and at a
Mhm.
point maybe we have more NFT as resource floating around than fungible resources. NFT can be used to represent almost anything within a DeFi ecosystem. So at a point, we can find NFT that can hold value, that can be leveraged as well as fungible, as same as fungible assets, fungible resources. So that's why we extended with possibilities on the version 2 to be able to have many more type of collaterals.
Okay. So now that you take that point of the NFTs as
Mhm.
collateral,
Mhm.
how does it work? Because I mean I understand if I put in a collateral my NFT to get
Mhm.
something to bear a borrow out of it. How do you calculate the value of that NFT so that you I can have a portion of that borrowed to me? Because it's as well very volatile, right? The NFTs, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So the point here is not all NFT that can be used. NFT that can be used collateral follow some rules, have some characteristics. In fact, if an NFT can be redeemable for fungible resources that are already accepted as collateral, it can be used as collateral. An example could be a receipt from deposit on a Caviar 9 shape liquidity pool. Because on Caviar 9, when you deposit liquidity, you get a receipt in the form of an NFT. This
Okay.
receipt can be used to get back your liquidity. So at a point, this receipt is equal to the value you can get from the liquidity that you deposited. So what we
Mm,
need is what we call evaluator, an on-ledger component that can say, okay, given this ID, this is the amount of XRD or I don't know USDC that can be withdrawn because he has deposit liquidity in this pool and get this receipt. So once this calculation is done, we have a value for XRD, a value for USD. From there, we use the normal process of calculating the if of any position as it was fungible resources.
okay,
So it's proxy NFT in quote.
I get it. Yeah, yeah. It's not like a JPEG NFT like
No, no,
an image, but for instance, a liquidity pool NFT. Okay, that
exactly.
makes more sense, and that's amazing. I mean, it's very good because it's a very good switch on your thinking and what you're offering because let's say I do have a liquidity pool for RAG CTO and I'm not
Mhm.
thinking of selling or anything. uh,
Exactly.
you can either block it or lock it or burn it,
Mhm.
but you
Mhm.
can borrow from it and then
Exactly.
invest that into the project or in something else. So
Yeah.
that's a very good. Good point. And
Yeah,
I guess all the rules apply, right? If the price goes down and then you
exactly.
get liquidated and you
Mhm.
lose that pool, you keep that
Exactly.
pool, but and that would be the, the scary part, because I guess if you
Yeah,
get that pool, then you're gonna sell it.
exactly. Exactly. And the point is, there is many possibilities when it comes to NFTs because maybe not we do not know all NFTs that can be one day available now that can be used for that purpose. So we today we have liquidity pools, but it can be something else. It can be any type of receipt that can give access to a form of liquidity. So it's open up borders. It's open up
Okay.
borders for it. So,
Not all the projects.
yeah.
So it needs to have certain criteria of,
Yeah. Exactly.
I guess, volume and time established on the
Yeah.
network and
Yeah.
all that thing. Very nice, very good. I was checking when I was reviewing the documentation about the CDPs
Mm-hmm.
work in Weft. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is the role of the Wefties on the platform?
Okay, Wefties are simply put receipts that are given to people that lock collaterals and take loans. Because on the deposit side, we use fungible resources. It's like LSUs, the same
Mhm.
interest-bearing type of assets. You deposit, you get what you call W tokens, like Weft XRD or Weft USDC. It's fungible. You can transfer them. It's okay. But what we have noticed from other platform, it's like the position is tied to the account. So you have to connect with a given account so that you can see position that are tied to that account. So we decided to go on the NFT route because it's far easier on Radix, and also I think it's all over the decoupling of the position with the account. So we represent all the CDPs details like collaterals that has been deposited, loan that has been taken on an NFT, and we hand the NFT over to the user. You can keep it in one account, you can transfer it. And NFT holds value because you have collateral and you have loan, and it's an over collateralized protocol. So that means it's like a, we call it titre in French. It holds value. In some time, it can be even uh, it can have positive interest bearing if you use something like LSU as collateral. So at the
Mhm.
point you can sell it. So if you want to sell it, you can just transfer and get your money back. So that makes the position transferable. And the main point here is to do the decoupling from the position, with decoupling of the account and the positions that you take.
Okay. So if one project want to to get with you to have his token, let's say it meets the criteria that you have,
Mm.
and they want to be listed in Weft, they need to get in touch with you, or your team is reviewing the tokens out there, and you decide which one to add, or is it like you're looking for tokens to add, or the projects need to knock the door with you so that you can list their tokens or
Both
NFT?
both is open. We do not have like a particular partnership. Like I think for the first batch that we were the one going to inform, like, okay, we go to a project, we knock the door and say, okay, based on our criteria, we are willing to list your token as collateral. Are you okay with that? I think we did not yet get the other way around,
Mhm.
but we are open. We are open, and we are open for discussion because there's one interesting suggestion that I think is in the works. So we are open to both. Like if you feel that we are missing something, that your project has a token that suits based on criteria within the ecosystem, because you cannot use a criteria of broader markets. Otherwise, maybe you will have not been able to list any assets. So if you fit if you feel that your token fits the need to be used as collateral, then in lending in the broader ecosystem, we are very open to that. But also, we are also scouting the list of the token that we have. We are
Okay.
anticipating also Antique because Antique is it seems very promising, and we already saw new token coming from Instabridge,
Hmm.
representation from token from other ecosystem like Solana, Cardano. So we are looking at all of that. So it's possible to come to reach us, but also we are preparing our list of asset to add.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. That's gonna open up a lot of doors as well for
Mhm.
those type of collaterals, right? The X ADA, X Sol, X
Exactly.
Dodge, all those names. That's gonna be interesting. And if you are offering good things and different things, then it's gonna be also something good for people from another change to move their tokens to Radix as wrapped Radix tokens, and then get with you guys to get some borrowing out of that. So that's gonna also incentivize people outside Radix to bring their tokens here. So that's also very good and very nice. We're all waiting for that to be live and start seeing the effect of it. Right,
Yeah.
that's gonna be amazing. So far, as I know, the testing has been performing very well. So let's see how longer it's gonna take. I think they're still working with some. Like permissions, right, or something like that, just to start. But yeah, that's gonna be a very good gate, open gate for liquidity to come here. I think the biggest contributor is going to be the price action. At some point, everything is going to start switching and changing, and that's going to be the biggest influencer for of anybody. The price
Yeah.
action, that's going
Price
to
action.
hold the attention, and then people is going to start bringing or coming to Radix, and then when they come and see everything that is going on here, the technology and all that stuff, they're gonna get stuck here, like it happened to me, and I'm pretty sure it happened to a lot of the people listening to this podcast. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good.
We also interesting to see how price action because I used to listen to DeFi download from a podcast from Peace. It was interesting to see how many founders get into crypto around 2017 and 2021
Yeah.
because this period was bull run period, so we cannot underestimate the impact that a price action can have. So
Yes.
let's see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody always says, "No, I'm here for the tech," but I mean, we're here. Yeah, we love the tech,
Yeah.
we love the community, but we're here also to make money, right? So at the end, that's what most of the people. I would say there's a few people that is here for the tech and only for the tech, but
Mhm.
most of the people is here because yeah, they want to make
Good
money as
point.
well, and that's not something bad to
Mm.
say. So you were
Yeah.
telling me there is six people on the
Mhm.
team right now for Weft.
Yeah.
How are you distributed on the team? Or
So on the team, we have like two guys working on the front end, two other working on the back end and scripto. I'm part of them. We have a program manager assuring that we are allocated time when needed and efficiently. And we have a product designer that handle anything visual, both for application and for illustrations. It's how
okay,
we are set it up.
very good. And then the six of you are constantly in contact with the community, or it's just a couple of you guys?
Well, me and Yetine, I think most of the time it's me and Yetine, but
Okay.
sometimes in some rare occasion, anyone can give a contribution if it's needed.
Perfect. You as a
Mhm.
co-founder, do you also are part of the development team? I mean, do you develop yourself, or you're on not uh, on that path?
I write code. I write scripto code and also I'm part of a team developing the toolkits that we are using because we are fond of,
Nice.
fond of toolkits. So
Perfect.
mm,
That's good to know. Nice. So the version 2 that you were mentioning that was launched last November, it opened the gate for non fungibles with that meet certain criteria. Does what else or what other things it brings to the table for the users?
okay, I think the first thing is LSUs as collateral. So
Mhm.
West version 2 can accept any LSU as collateral, even the one that is not exist yet. So in fact, it's baked into a system. As long as it's an LSU, it can be used as collateral.
Okay.
So that's I think one of the things that we were. It was one of the key features that we wanted to have because one day Radix released an article saying that the liquidity that we have the most in the ecosystem is LSUs. So at a
Mhm.
point, we need to be able to leverage that LSU. Some projects are tapping into it, but I think there is still potential because I think most of the LSU are sitting in accounts. So being able to leverage them without using proxy assets is an interesting point. The second thing is native support for unstake receipts. Like if you unstake some LSU, you need to wait like 70 days, 7 days to be able to claim corresponding XRD. You can use the NFT receipts as collateral during that time, maybe to borrow XRD, that will be like a kind of fast unstake, or to do something else like to if you wanted to buy another asset and you want to gain time, you can just use the receipt as collateral, do whatever you want to the XRD, and when it's ready to claim back
Mhm.
your NFT. And another thing that we bring on the table this time is efficiency mode. That means in certain conditions you can have a very high LTV. I think we have
Okay.
two conditions. The first one is if you are using the same asset or a, a proxy asset that is the same. I will get in the details. But let's say if you are using the same asset in both collateral and loan, you get like up to 95% of LTV. And if you are using highly correlated assets, like say you have USDC in collateral and you want to borrow USDT, so if you have a reason to do that, you will get up to 90% of LTV. That you can take up to 90% of the value of the collateral as loan.
Wow.
So that's efficiency mode. Efficiency mode can be interesting for some strategy because as I've said, you can use LSU as collateral. So this you can do a strategy where you use LSU as collateral and borrow up to 90% in XRD to leverage your position, for example. So that can be one of the applications that can be used for with efficiency mode.
That sounds very nice. I mean, it. I mean this borrowing and lending applications are really a very helpful tool to as you said to leverage your positions without selling them to so you can get some USD or some USDC or some other coins I guess or stable coins to then invest some in something else and then get that back and don't lose your either collaterals for any type of collateral that you can get lending from. So that's a very good tool to have. I've used, but a long time ago in the last cycle I used, but it was not a decentralized one like this one. It was a centralized.
Mm.
Luckily, I was able to get the lending and then pay it back some months later without any issue. In that time, I put one Bitcoin, what full Bitcoin,
Wow, full
but
Bitcoin.
the Bitcoin was I think what, maybe like 7K or something like
Wow.
that. So
Wow.
it was not as big as right now.
No, no, no.
And I was able to do everything. I got it back and everything. But then some months later, I think that that company got
Yeah.
liquidated.
Okay.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's much better to be on a decentralized one to
Yes,
avoid
yes,
all those
exactly.
things.
Exactly.
Speaking a little bit about that, so how does the Weft handle the interest rates in lending pools?
I think we handle it in similar ways other lending platform do. You use an interest rate that is based on the pool usage. I
Mm,
think the difference is that we are using a three-stage curve, because usually what's happening is you have an interest rate based on the pool usage. The higher the usage, the higher the interest rate. So we have like some optimal, what we call optimal usage, like interest rate that we think is okay for everyone, meaning that it's not too high for borrowers, it's not too low for lenders, and there is enough gap, enough liquidity still available in the pool if there
mm,
is some as a buffer for operations like withdrawal and this. So that first stage we call it the I think it's the low demand part, like from zero to the optimal point. So from
yeah,
there we have a second stage that we call high demand. High demand, interest rates start ramping up a bit faster, because we when we are above 70% of usage at a point, we start having like, okay, we need to monitor it, we need to see if there is not crisis on withdrawal, like if there is enough liquidity for someone want to withdraw. So to disincentivize a bit in that stage, interest rate ramp up a bit higher. Then we have
yeah,
the last that we call critical usage, when we are above 90%. That means the usage is too high, it can be destabilized, can create some instability on the protocol. So at that point, the interest rates start going a bit crazy. You can reach point like 1,000%.
yeah. It's too risky. I mean, 90%. It's crazy. I mean, maybe not for stable coins, but
Yeah,
well,
yeah, exactly.
we know
And
that sometimes the stable coins are not that stable,
yeah,
but
exactly.
it can
And it's true. We have different curve based on the type of assets. So we have
happen.
three type of curves. A curve for stable coins that do not go too high, a curve for what's called volatile assets, because most of the time they are used for both lending and collaterals. So this type of assets, if the usage is too high at a point, we need to incentivize quickly
Yeah.
the repayment. And XRD, because he has a kind of mixed position, because we want to incentivize borrowing, but also it's still a volatile asset. So he has a curve that's fit in between.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, how do you handle whenever there is a lot of volatility, more on the downside, right? It's
Mhm.
the one that affect the most.
Yeah, we use standard calculation like LTV, L factor on the CDP. Basically, there is a threshold of the amount of collaterals that are available
Hmm.
compared to what we have as loan and value. And this one is calculated on each Wefty, on each NFT positions. So if a threshold is crossed, then the position can be liquidated, meaning anyone can come, repay the loan, and take out the collateral. So I think that's the main protection mechanism, active protection mechanism beyond that goes beyond initial configuration based on some risk parameters.
Okay. Uh, like with XRD going down, 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 down all the time, do you have a lot of liquidations up there?
Um, yeah, unfortunately, there is where we are working on start sharing analytics, because this time we have precise analytics on volumes. but it's yes, there is a lot of liquidation this time around.
Yeah, it's not helping.
Certain.
So I also saw you have flash loans, flash
Mhm.
collateral. How does that work?
Okay, flash loans uh, one of the features that are available only in DeFi, meaning that at a point you can borrow without collateral uh, any amount that is available in a lending pool and do whatever you want to with it, uh, giving that you have to pay back the full loan with fees within the same transaction. So I think it's already available in many other platforms. But the beauty with Radix is that we can use Flash Loan without deploying smart contract. I think it's the only ledger that I know that is possible. The other one you need to deploy smart contract to take advantage of Flash loans. And we also enable batch Flash loan. That means you can borrow multiple assets at the same time. And we also allow what we call gradual payments. That means depending on action that we are doing, if you need to repay multiple time instead of one repayment full, it's also possible. So that's the Weft touch on flash loan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And flash collateral, because we open up the possibilities on collateral. So it's not most of the traditional lending platform, you have a lending pool. So lending pool all both collaterals and loan. That means if you have, for example, XRD as a lending pool, when someone deposits XRD, that means it is in the same lending pool. Sometimes it's the same thing. Lending and depositing collateral is
mhm.
most lending platforms the same thing. On Weft, is not the same thing. You can choose to lend a collateral that you are depositing, but you can also choose to deposit a collateral without lending it. And this was important for some like tax reason for someone because if you are lending in some jurisdiction, you have to pay some tax on it. So on Weft, it's separated. Collaterals is handled differently than lending itself. And we have more type of collaterals. We are also NFTs that can be used as collateral. So what is
Mhm.
flash collateral? Flash collaterals allow you to withdraw collateral. It's like flash loans, but it's for the owner of the CDP. Like you can tell the system, okay, I need to do something on this collateral without paying back the loan. Once I'm done, I will bring it back and the loan will still stay. It can be used for something like unstake unstake some LSU that you put as collateral or claim claim NFT, convert it to XLA that you use as collateral. If you add something like support for liquidity receipts, you can size your position with your preparation. Okay, give me back the loan, the NFT. I want to increase my position on Caviar, for example, and then put it back as collateral. After I put it back, say, okay, I finished. You can check if the CDP is still healthy and confirm the operation. If it's not the case, it will not go through. So that's the flash collateral. Flash loan is on lending pool, is available for everyone. Flash collateral is on any collateral and is available only for the owner of the Wefty.
Okay. Okay. Nice. That's a nice feature as well to have.
Yeah.
That is available. I think is not for everybody, right? Because not
No,
everybody
we
can
use
do
it.
that. But
We are preparing some feature that we use it on the background, but the fact that they are available make us give us the tool to build those features comfortably. So it's in the process to be released.
nice. So what security measurements are taken by? Oh, that I have an issue. I lost him. Let's see if he connects back. let's wait a couple of minutes. So very interesting, everything that we've been seeing right now so far. Let me remove this thing here. Let's see if he comes back. But so far, it's super nice. This the Weft, he's here. Hey, I lost you for a minute. So
Okay.
so
Mhm,
I was asking,
mhm.
what about security? What are the security measurements that that Weft have as to be on the safe place, on the safe side?
Yeah. First, the system itself, as a decentralized system, relies on what the the layer one itself has to offer, and I
Mhm.
think on that purpose, Radix offer many interesting things like transaction previews. People knows exactly what's going on, and the Explorer also make available our all the details on our components that has been deployed. On the code itself, we are lucky enough to work with a security researcher that was very good on finding issues,
Mhm.
and I think we are in the process of completed the what you call it, the open sourcing, just
Okay.
for us to complete some documentation, some administrative stuff on it, and then release it with his comments. And yeah, and the third part is the configuration. Things like very volatile assets, like unfortunately, ecosystem tokens are still very volatile. So for this asset, we set up a very low LTV, like 25% maximum for now, till
Mhm.
we get more maturity.
Yep.
And what's interesting to note is that all this configuration that we are doing, it's for a transition phase. So because we aim to migrate to it as soon as we can, we have started working on it. So once the DAO is live, that means everything will be in the hand of the community and anyone willing to participate in choosing the configuration, the asset release, and all those stuff.
Very good. One question before I forget. What does Weft mean? Or
Weft is in the weaving industry. So when you are weaving a fabric, where is wraps that are like horizontal lines
Mhm.
that the system used to to build the fabric itself, and there is a single line that goes through the wraps
Okay.
to create the fabric itself. So it was an image on, okay, this is different lending pools that are wraps, and Weft is the one that creates relationship between different lending pools. So it's from the fabric industry that it was
Okay.
interesting to to use
That
as an inspiration.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now I get the banner that you have on X. It's like that.
Exactly.
So now I understand. Thanks.
Okay.
I wanted to ask why, but now it's clear.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
So did you what are the plans for web for the future, for the next, let's say for the next this year and then the years to come? What did you have any plans, or what are the next steps for the team?
Okay. So the for this year, we have two clear steps. The first one is because there is a gap from the front end and what the blueprint allow us to do. So we want to close the gap by allowing multiple features, advanced features that people can use, like collateral swaps, loan swaps, and strategies to leverage a asset, go long on some assets, and all stuff. So this is to make them available to the front end, because
Mm.
someone with advanced skill in transaction manifest in building transaction manifest can achieve all of this already, but you want to make them available from the front end, plus analytics, so that people can see what's going on the background. So that's on the product side from what we do. And the second key focus will be building and transition to a decentralized organization, because it's too much responsibility to set configuration, decide which asset will be listed. It has not never been our uh, we never wanted to stay on that phase that we are configuring the protocol, choosing what's happening on it. So this year we wanted to migrate to the decentralized organization. I think that's
Okay,
the key focus from the product perspective. So beyond that, we have some interesting idea to beat the next gen of our lending, which is
nice.
West V3. I think it's too early to speak about it, but sometime when you want to release a product, you cut some features because implementing them will include delays.
Hmm.
So we already have some interesting things that we can add to the mix, and we start maybe drafting if you have time, and active development we start next year, and that's our plan for like this year and in the midterm.
Very good. Perfect. So for anybody that is interested that is seeing this or any publication or anywhere on the Rex ecosystem and hear about Weft, what would be the first step or next steps? Where can a person find more about your project?
Okay, so the first thing I think you can add to the main application links. I think app.wef.finance/market. So from there, you can already have what's available when it comes to lending pools and also collateral that can be used with parameters like LTV, pool usage, and all the stuff. If is brand new to Radix, we have a link to RadQuest so that you can be familiar to a wallet, to how Radix works as a layer one. I think it's
Mhm.
a good idea to, instead of trying to handle all of these, RadQuest is a very good entry point. Also, there is a documentation that this time we try to give a maximum of details, not only for ecosystem members, but also we try to be very straightforward on definition so that even if you are not familiar with crypto spaces, you have an idea what's going on. And the last point is the Telegram group is open. You can just drop any question that we want, and uh,
Yeah.
I think the quality is quite welcome. They are very keen to assist, and I'm there also to with the other co-founder to assist if needed.
Very good. Yeah, I think I put the links down below in the description on YouTube. If you're seeing on Instagram or X, then you don't have that, but you can go to the YouTube web page and there I have the links. Or just look Weft Finance and you're gonna be able to find it on X. And
Okay.
there you have, I think it's a link tree
Yes,
with
link tree.
different links, and you can
Exactly.
go directly to the web page and everywhere. The Telegram group as well, there is I think like 1,400 people over there. So
Yeah.
if the team is not available, whenever you have a question, maybe someone from the community is going to be able to help. But be careful because sometimes you
Yeah.
get arrive with a question and then you get someone text you apart with a DM telling you, I'm from the team, I'm from support, click on this link, and then you
No.
lose your money. So
Always stay on the main chat, please. Always stay on the main chat. That happened before. Where is I used to see even someone contacted me with my name, so I was so
yes,
surprised. So stay in the main chat, and you'll be safe usually.
that's correct. All right, Atumbe, thank you very much for being here, for having or having some time with me and the community to bring more of the Radix applications ecosystem to the table and to show the world that Radix is. It's there. It has everything it needs to have. We are not waiting for anything else to be built or the next step on the Radix. It's already there. It's a blockchain with very amazing capabilities that I would say better capabilities than most of the networks in the different places. We just need more users, more liquidity, and it's gonna be amazing in a few months. So
Yeah,
thank you very much.
yeah, it's me. It's me. Thanks for having me. And as you say, Radix needs more users, more builders, and they'll be fine.
Yeah,
They'll be fine. Thanks again for having me.
No, thank you. And
Thank
thanks,
you.
everybody. See you on the next
Okay,
one.
see you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.